And we're talking about back-to-school immunizations today in our What's Going Around segment. Dr. Sanborn, infectious disease doctor on staff at Palm Beach Children's Hospital, joining me this morning to talk more about this. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Why are we seeing a decrease in the number of people getting immunizations here in the U.S.?
You know, I think there potentially is too much information on the internet sometimes. So unfortunately, there's good and bad information, and sometimes people latch onto information that may be so scientifically sound, and couple that with the easier ability to disseminate anecdotal evidence to millions of people at the same time with a click of a button makes there are a lot of confusing information out there, and people get scared, I believe.
Along those lines, I see the information about, stories, myths between autism and immunizations. I see them on my mommy groups in the area locally. So what's the fact here?
Yes, fact is vaccines, in particular MMR, are not associated with autism. There is still a belief that vaccines such as MMR can be associated with that in sites with poor information, I suppose, So I think it's been studied many times, been disproven. The original articles that said that there was a link have been retracted, meaning they're really not in a scientific record anymore. But once that seed gets put in there, it's hard to erase it completely.
What's the conversation you have with parents? They come to you as we're getting close to the school year. They say, my kids need these vaccines in order to go to school. Maybe they're worried for, any different reason. Tell me about what you say to the parents. What is the information you tell them to make them comfortable?
Well, you have to listen to their concerns and understand why they may be hesitant or why they're questioning about the vaccines. You want to educate them about the diseases that the vaccines prevent. We like to say vaccines and medicine, we're kind of a victim of our own success, meaning people don't see polio. We don't see as much pertussis anymore, even though there are outbreaks from time to time. We don't see huge outbreaks of measles until recently in the United States. So people aren't familiar with these diseases and how bad they can be. So we try to stress that, not to scare them, but to emphasize, no, there's a reason we're doing this,
So you have to listen to their concerns. What are the questions parents should ask? They come to the doctor, they've made the decision, I'm either going to get more information or I'm going to get my children vaccinated. They're heading to school soon. What are the questions parents need to come and ask a doctor so that they can have that important conversation?
One would be to ask the doctor what they feel about vaccine safety, and most pediatricians will be on the side of, yes, vaccines are safe and have a great track record, and proven safety track record. Other things, what's going around in the community, what the pediatrician in that office is seeing at the time to say, oh, these are real things that we have to be afraid of, And then at a back-to-school time, people are traveling from all around the country, all around the world, which is great, bad for infections. So when children are all reuniting to come back to school, you are potentially exposing your child to things that they may not have seen in their hometown,
Dr. Sanborn, thanks for being here. Really timely topic. School starts in just 1 week. It's really important to know those things. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Matt, over to you.
I hope parents